Serial killers often suffer from extreme loneliness. Cut off from the world, they are lost in their own world. They live in fantasies of torturing, dominating, and killing, and at some point, they turn those fantasies into reality. They feel a great sense of exhilaration when they commit their crimes. They experience an orgasmic pleasure from brutally treating others. Serial killers have always existed. They just weren't called serial killers in the old days. For example, when the two pictures above were first printed, newspapers described their crimes as supernatural beings, such as murderous ghosts, bloodthirsty monsters, or evil spirits in human form. While there are legendary killers as well known as Jack the Ripper, there have been many serial killers who, for some reason, have not achieved notoriety. In terms of sheer brutality, their murderous ideas were no less ruthless than those of the more notorious. Serial killings are not unique to the United States. They occur virtually all over the world, including in the UK and Mexico. The fascination with serial killings is also nothing new. People have always been fascinated by serial killings, and they are eager to learn every little detail. Just as today's 24-hour TV channels satisfy that need, 100 years ago, tabloids, cheaply printed in large quantities and with illustrations, did the same. The only difference between then and now is technological discovery, but the public's appetite for sensational crime stories has not changed one bit. The last point in particular deserves some thought. Why do people take such a keen interest in serial murders, which are known to be extremely horrific crimes in themselves? Why do so many people desperately need pictures, articles, and materials about such brutal crimes? Emily Dickinson, the great 19th-century American poet, offers one clue to this question. People often think of Dickinson as a sullen, Victorian-era lyrical bachelor, but she was actually a practical woman who enjoyed reading sensational articles in the newspapers. In one letter, she confessed that she loved reading about deadly train wrecks and factory accidents, where gentlemen's heads were brutally chopped off. Dickinson wrote a striking poem, A Man Has No Need of Haunted Rooms, pointing out that everyone, no matter how law-abiding, has a hidden fascination with the forbidden. Here's a line from the poem. Ourselves behind ourselves. That's the most amazing thing, the assassin in our room. I'm not afraid at all. Dickinson was referring to a part of human nature that psychologists call the shadow. It lurks behind our cultured facades like a vicious Mr. Hyde, dreaming of all sorts of forbidden things. Of course, just because everyone has a shadowy side that yearns for lawless fantasies doesn't mean everyone is a potential serial killer. Thinking and acting are two worlds apart, and so are dreaming and acting them out. In fact, one of the most striking characteristics of serial killers is that they go beyond that boundary, ultimately turning their twisted fantasies into nightmare-like realities. Thousands of years ago, Plato pointed out this very point when he wrote, "The virtuous man is content to dream, but the wicked man puts it into practice." Next time, I will introduce the actions of the worst villains we call serial killers. I hope that many of you who watch this video will subscribe, like, and set the overall settings. Thank you.